Adventures. Welcome to the Georgia Traverse. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Everyman Adventures. It's been a long time, I know. For all of you that have been sticking with me, I really appreciate it. For all of you guys that maybe haven't subscribed, watching this video maybe for the first time, please do subscribe. I promise you I will keep the content coming. I've got some health issues in the family, and it's kind of keeping me from doing a lot of things that I would normally be able to do. Such is life. We do what we have to do for the ones we love, though, right? So, without further ado, this is the Georgia Traverse. It's what I'm on right now. It's what I'm driving down. And it is a collection of Forest Service roads, mostly off-road. There are some areas where you have to get on the paved roads to, you know, connect with another Forest Service road, so on and so forth. It's about, I think, 379 miles. If I'm wrong on that during the recording right now, then I'll definitely update that during post. But it starts in South Carolina, which is where I'm at right now. I'm in South Carolina, and it ends up in Alabama. So, I mean, it covers the entire the entire top portion of the state of Georgia. Now, I drove up from Panama City, Florida last night. Actually, I left kind of early in the day. I left at like 9:30 in the morning, and I didn't even get in until 8 o'clock this time, which is, you know, I think I'm on Eastern time right now, not Central. But anyway, I had one heck of a time getting through Atlanta. I don't know. I bless those people that can stand to live in that city, man, because I couldn't. I would be out the first week. I'd be like, I've had enough of this. But anyway, finally made it up here. Made it up about 8 o'clock last night. Set camp up fairly early, you know, or fairly quick, I should say. Set camp up fairly quick. Had a little hot meal. And then Ronan and I, I've got my dog with me. Ronan and I decided we're just going to climb into the tent and we're going to, you know, call it a night. I just had to close the sunroof so I don't get spiders inside. I'm gonna roll up the windows too, because I just had one. I just had a spider kind of hanging from the sunroof, and I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna close the sunroof now, and I'll go roll up the windows too. But I'm on this weird little offshoot trail. It's marked on Gaia. It just says unknown trail. So I'm on an unknown trail that's, I guess, known, but there's no name for it or anything. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to come out here, because the Georgia Traverse is what it is. It's the Georgia Traverse. It crosses the northern portion of Georgia, right? Makes sense, Northern Traverse. But there's all these just, you know, side quests, if you will. And I'm kind of off on a side quest right now, and I have no idea where it goes. Like really, I have absolutely no idea where this goes. But I heard a river stream. There's a river stream going right through there. I'm really hoping it's going to take me up to like maybe a waterfall or something. That would be spectacular, because there's a lot of waterfalls along this along the Georgia Traverse. So don't mind that dinging. I don't have my seatbelt on, so car's yelling at me for not having it on. But anyway, so yeah, here we are. I'm on this little offshoot trail. It's kind of tight. It's right next to a cliff too. I mean, if I were to go a little too far to the passenger side, I'd tumble down probably, shoot, hold on, let me look. Probably about 100 feet at least. I love driving in the mountains. All right, so that little offshoot trail, it led up to a cool campsite. If I'd have known that was there, if I'd have known this was, you know, this was up here at the tip of this trail, I could have made it to this last night, and I probably would have been a little more comfortable. Where I slept last night was, well, it was small. It was a tight little space. I mean, to get the H3, my tent, the awning, everybody going on in there, and to also have it level because the ground was kind of sloped a bit, was a bit of a chore. And I'm not gonna lie, the you know, the campsite grounds were they were rocky. It was like gravel, you know. So it would have been nice to have known about this campsite. I'm gonna make a mental note of that. I do hope to come back here sometime. But cool little offshoot trail though. Thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, it's nothing too crazy. You saw the little climb going up to it, and then the kind of little rutted section that I went through too. Really, that's nothing. If you got anything with any kind of clearance on it, you know, two-wheel drive, you probably could have been able to get up on this. Nothing here is really that hardcore. There are places that you can go where it does get more hardcore. I may try to work something out to go to a location that's talked about quite often, and you know, try my hand at that. But right now we're just cruising along, man, just enjoying the Georgia Traverse. This is a cool little offshoot trail though. There's a lot of these marked on Gaia, so I'm probably gonna wind up going along quite a few of these little offshoots. And I'm just out here adventuring, man. I'm just out here, never been here before, don't even know what to expect. I've watched some YouTube videos and kind of got an idea, but most of those are just, you know, kind of highlights of, you know, the everyday things you do on the Georgia Traverse. You know, some of the water crossings, driving up rivers, you know, things like that, which is all stuff that I'm super looking forward to doing. I cannot wait for this one particular water crossing. It just looks epic. But also, there's all kinds of other things around here to be seen that aren't necessarily on the Georgia Traverse. And that's why I'm kind of interested in taking a lot of these just kind of offshoot trails that are not actually part of the Georgia Traverse. You know, they're just like a local off-road trail. And I mean, there's a reason why people do these things, right? You know, there's a reason why these smaller little trails get made. It's to get to places that are cool. That one just happened to just be a you know, a pretty nice campsite. It was pretty large, which is awesome. So I don't know, we're gonna head back out of this trail though. We're gonna get back on the main Georgia Traverse, and we're gonna keep headed west and see what else we can come across. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, this is a base model H3. does not have lockers. Front, rear, nothing. It's just got the full-time 4-wheel drive. It's got 4 high with a center diff lock, and it's got 4 low with a center diff lock. I was in 4 low in first gear, and I just crawled up that. So I'm just saying, these things are pretty beastly. But anyway, this is another offshoot from the offshoot. So I saw that little obstacle there, and I was like, I gotta try to do that. So we're gonna see what's going on up this way too. I don't know, who knows? That's what I'm saying. That's why we're out here. We're out here to explore. We're out here to find out. That's what I do. I question, I find out. Let's find out. Okay, so this is totally unexpected. And I'm not quite sure what to think about it. I guess I should have looked on Gaia a little bit closer and zoomed in a little bit more on, you know, some of the pinpoints, some of the waypoints that are on there. That road led up to a cemetery. And by the looks of it, it could be a pretty old cemetery. So, I don't know. We're going to just kind of walk around a little bit. I'm curious, so. These are, I mean, some of these headstones are just, you know, real simple and basic. That might be a headstone there. Whenever I'm in cemeteries, I never walk. Look at my dog, though. My dog doesn't give a shit. I never walk over people's graves. This is 1917. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. That's 1917. This is an old cemetery. That's 1922. That person lived March 16th, 1892 to August the 20th of 1922. With the age that these are, I think we're going to leave them be. Just because this could be, you know, a private family cemetery. Oh man, I don't know what to think about this one though. That one's got a little car sitting on top. I hope that's not a child. But all right, I got to turn this thing around, and we're gonna get back onto the main trail. I'm gonna try to make some headway. It's only 8 o'clock. We got an early start, but you know, we're gonna try to. I want to do the whole Georgia Traverse. So I am gonna have to kind of keep myself moving. I can't really linger too long at too many places, or I'll never get done because there's just too much to see. So let's get this thing turned back around and head back down, and let's get back on the main road. All right, cool. So I'm kind of having to take a bit of a detour. Something that, you know, I already knew I was probably going to run into, road closures and things like that. So, but thankfully, I got to say something here. I'm using Gaia GPS, okay? And it's nothing new, actually. A lot of folks who overland and hike and do, you know, outdoorsy stuff in the woods use Gaia. This is my first time actually really making good use of it. Usually I was using Avenza, but I was able to find this route online and able to basically transpose it right onto, you know, basically import this map into Gaia GPS. And not only does it have, you know, the Georgia Traverse mapped out on it, with waypoints and turn-by-turn directions, but also all the other little roads that are around it. So I'm kind of cruising along on some road out here in the woods, but it's mapped out and it's going to connect back with the Georgia Traverse in about a couple miles or so. So I don't know, man. Modern day, let's just talk about that. Modern day exploration it's almost too easy, right? I grew up in the days of, you know, paper maps and atlases and things like that, and you know, I'm not wanting to turn this into, well, back in my day, blah 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 kind of thing, but I mean, we really do have it so easy now to get around. We can get aerial views of the landscape with Google Earth, and you know, there's apps like this, like Gaia GPS, that just have everything in it. But isn't it awesome though? I am not complaining, because I would have, you know, who knows where I would have wound up if I was left up to, you know, I'm gonna say old school navigation ways. You know, I've just been driving blind, and right now I'm on a tracked road that, and now I'm on pavement. Actually, I'm on pavement now. It's off and on pavement. I'm still hunting for a place to eat lunch. I'm getting really hungry, and Ronan is really tired of being in here. And I'm passing by like a water park. There's like a tennis club out here. Oh, get out of my face, dude. I can't see. There's like tennis courts, and it's weird back here. I'm just totally amazed. But anyway, I'm finding a place to eat. I'm starving, so I'm gonna get off of this thing. So I'm just sitting here, I just enjoyed a little lunch, and decided to take a moment to just kind of take a look at where I'm at, and you know, where I'm going, what I have coming towards me. And I just realized something. There's another Georgia overland route, and it's called the Georgia Adventure Trail. And I am basically I'm a little farther northwest of, but basically the intersection of the Georgia Traverse and the Georgia Adventure Trail are like right down the road. And I just had this wild, crazy thought. I was like, what if I just decide just to take the Georgia Adventure Trail back home? Because it runs all the way back down into Florida. It actually winds up in Jennings, Florida. But I mean, I'm not. I'm here for the Georgia Traverse, so that's what I'm doing. But I just thought that was crazy, because I got to this road on the map and I was like, wait a minute. There's a green line going to the right and there's a green line going to the left. You know, and I was like, well, which one's the Traverse? So I just happened to take the left, which it is, and I'm on the Traverse. But then yeah, the Georgia Adventure Trail basically picks up right there. I'll tell you what, the state of Georgia is full of basically overlanding trails, ways to get around almost the entire state without barely getting your tires on pavement. It's wild. But basically where I am though, I'm at one of the entrances to the Chattahoochee National Forest and decided to stop here for lunch. One, because I was really hungry and I couldn't find any place else to stop. Two, this is what sold me on it. When I came driving up, the road's right there and then it goes on back that way into the forest more. But when I came driving up, I just heard, right? Because I'm not playing the radio or anything. I heard water. And I come around a little bit of a bend and I could see through the trees. And this is what I saw. Let's take a walk. I'll take the dog with me. Come here, buddy. Let me unhook you. Here. Come on. This way. Ronan, come on. This is what I saw. This is the Tallulah River, and they built this cool little deck right here out over it. I mean, pretty much out over it. You could. The water's like right there. Look at this though, isn't that beautiful? I'm so tempted to walk. So tempted to walk down to the edge or whatever and get in. This isn't the only river I'm gonna come across, so I'm gonna hold off getting wet for now. What a great place to stop for lunch, huh? What do you say, Ronan? He's just happy to be out of the car. All right, I gotta get him back on a leash though. There's basically a highway right there. Not very well traveled, but still highway. So anyway, yeah. Stopped here for lunch. You know, this awning right here that I got out, it's pretty cheap. Like a little over $100. And it's awesome. I love it. Hold on a second. Ronan, get over here. Come on. Come on. It's a little hard to put up because it's 8 feet by 8 feet, so it's hard for me to put up by myself. I'm getting the hang of it. It came in handy last night, that's for sure. It started raining, and I still had dinner to cook, and so I mean, I just sat the table and the stove and everything up underneath the awning and cooked in the rain, and you know, the tent was halfway up underneath it also, so we stayed good and dry. But we're going that way into the Chattahoochee National Forest. I think this is around the time where the traverse starts to get a little more interesting. There's a lot of rivers, and I'm pretty sure this is where a lot of the river crossings are going to be. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but that's where we're going, right there. I'm going to get all this stuff packed away. I just had a little lunch. I'm going to make myself some tea, so I have something to sip on, nice cold beverage, and yeah, we're going to get moving. So, see you in the forest. one of the many wonders that you can come across. I really kind of want to get out and slide down that one waterfall there off to the left like a water slide. Oh man, that water looks awesome. Hold on, Ronan. All right, good evening. It is, oh, what time is it? Hold on, what time is it? 7:15 my time, which means it's 8:15 local time. Had a lot of detours today. I guess one of the major roads was closed and basically cost me almost an hour's worth of detour. And then I had to drive into a town so I could get some gas. Couple of wrong turns also. Today's been a pretty eventful day. Found some pretty cool trails though. Went on some, interesting stuff. I'm sure you guys saw some of that in the video. But speaking of closed roads, where I was finally able to decide I was going to be able to camp, was up this road that I'm on right now. But as you can see behind me, road closed. So basically I just pulled up right where I am and backed up to the road closed sign, and yeah, got myself all set up here. I think we're gonna turn in for the night, and more detours ahead tomorrow, more highway driving. I don't know, but there's still the really big one coming up though. And I don't mean like four-wheel drive, mayhem or anything. There's still the really big, basically, when I learned about this, I wanted to make this my mission for this trip. And I'm still not going to say anything about what it is. I'm not quite there yet. I'm only about a quarter of the way through the entire traverse. But right a little over halfway through is where this little side quest, right, is going to take place. I'm gonna videotape the whole thing pretty much while I'm there. You know, the whole day, as much of the night as I can. And yeah, hopefully it'll be kind of interesting. There's a story behind it, and I'll tell everybody the story about it too. But I think that's it for the day. I don't think there's much else to do, much else to say. We're just gonna curl ourselves up right here in this tent and wake up and do it all over again tomorrow. So have a good night. See you in the morning. Good morning. I've already packed up, but I just noticed something. I'm still aired down to about 20 psi. Now what that means is, well, that's not too good for being on highways. It's great for being on these gravel roads and doing off-roading. It's softer, you get better grip, better traction. But I know I'm about to be on some highways. So that reminded me of something, that this is a new piece of kit that I got. And so far, I haven't really said anything about it up until now. But I've had to use it a couple times, and so far this thing is phenomenal. And what it is, let's take a look. Air Armor Special Ops Compressor M240, right? All right, this thing will fill a 35-inch tire from 0 psi to 35 psi in less than 5 minutes. What that means for me is I can air down and air up faster than what I could with the old Cobalt, you know, Lowe's compressor that I bought, which is a fine compressor if you want to blow up a football. But if you got to fill 35-inch tires, you need something like this right here. And let's open it up. So it's basically an ammo can. You got that. You got this super long hose right here. I mean, I can air all 4 tires up without having to move this thing at all. And it's got a real nice connection here. It's, I forget what they call these. It's your standard airline connection though. And plug that guy in. It runs off of your battery, so you do need, it comes with the leads that are hardwired to it. All right, it runs from the battery. And I'm gonna go ahead and hook it up to the battery real quick, because I gotta air up. I'm at 20 right now. I gotta get myself up to about 35. So give me just a sec here, I'll hook this thing up. All right, and there's just a switch right inside, and you just switch it on, and you're ready to go. So that was from 20 to 35 PSI in what, I don't know, maybe a minute or so. I love this thing. It's well worth the money. It wasn't cheap, but it's well worth the money. A lot of folks use Air or what's the other one? Crap, I can't remember the other company's name. What is it? Smitty Built or something like that. I don't know. I found this one. This thing is a beast. Anyway, I'm gonna get all 4 of these guys aired up, and then we're gonna get on the road. So, I'm not sure. One, I'm not sure if this tripod's gonna stay on this dash. I'm on another route that goes maybe up to Trey Mountain. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna take it. It's gonna be a little bumpy because I mean it's a gravel mountain road. It's a dirt mountain road. So we'll see if this camera can stay. I'm gonna let go of the tripod and just see if it'll stay there. It moves around a little bit. See if I can secure it in. This may get me up the Trey Mountain. I don't know. It goes for quite a way. I'm looking at my GPS right now. It goes for quite a ways up. So we're gonna take this guy. I'm hoping to get some, really good views. Wide open views. I've had some really good views, but just like every other road, this road is basically a canopy mountain road, and it's gorgeous. I mean, everything is just lush and green, and the sun's coming through the trees, and I mean, it's. Forgive me if I wax a little romantic here, but I mean, it's kind of magical. It's kind of magical. So we're gonna cruise up this thing, see what happens. So here's something I just came across. That goes a ways on up there. I don't think you'd want to water slide down that though, because you'd wind up right into that rusty culvert right there. Yep. Mountains. Gotta love them. There's a bit of a drop off right outside the wheel, right outside my door here. This just keeps on going on and on forever. I'm liking it. Okay, so this is pretty serious here. I'm paused here a minute to just take a look at what I might be dealing with. And you can probably see a little bit behind me of what I might be dealing with. There's three options here. I can go through that side, I can go through the middle, or I can go through that side. I just walked the middle. Well, actually, the mud got rinsed off my feet, but I just walked the middle, and I kind of think I'm gonna go for the middle because I didn't come out here for nothing, and I didn't buy a 12,000 pound winch for nothing. So if I get stuck, there's plenty of trees for me to winch off of. And wouldn't y'all love to see some action like that? You know, wouldn't y'all love to see an H3 get stuck in the mud? And these ruts are pretty deep. I'm honestly not sure about my chances, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I got skid plates, obviously. So it's not like I'm gonna, you know, tear anything up. So yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go pull the winch rope out a good little ways. So hopefully I don't have to be in the mud getting the winch out if I do get stuck. And yeah, we're gonna check this out. Let's see how this goes. And I got my traction boards and all that fun stuff. So yeah, let's check this out. Let's give it a shot. Taking the hard way. Well, that was very uneventful. Hey, awesome. Didn't have to use the winch. I don't know what that looked like on camera. I might have to play that back later, but I was really expecting, I honestly was expecting to get stuck. I was expecting to get, you know, to get framed out on that thing. Whew. I'm a little excited. I was honestly expecting to get stuck. And I didn't. And apparently that's the big boy track to go through, because the other stuff, the other two, that side over there and that side over there, are like nothing, you know? Man, I love this. I love this H3. All right, I'm gonna keep going now that that's out of the way. All right. That's probably the biggest obstacle I've come across yet. Cool. All right, we made it. Let's get back in the car and go.
My dad's make it hurt. My dad's make it hurt.
So I'm just sitting here, I guess I'm at the highest point you can drive on Trey Mountain, which is fine. I'm a lot farther along than I thought I was going to be today, which is cool. It's kind of saddening though, because like tonight might actually be my last night camping, and then the long drive back home tomorrow possibly. I don't have too much farther to go, I don't think, to get to you know, my my little secret spot that I've been talking about. But I think I'm gonna head back out. I think we're gonna load back up, and I might take a different route down. There's a trail off to my right there. I saw where it goes. It'll take me a little bit out of my way, but I can make those miles up on the highway. So we're gonna take that little trail, and it should connect with Highway 75, and then I can connect with 180, and 180 will run me back down to connect with the Georgia Traverse in the Chattahoochee-Oconee National Forest Blue Ridge District. And it looks like there's some more off-road there. So a little trail riding on this one, and then some highway miles, and then we'll get back on the trail again. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get started. All right. What you just saw right there is pretty much what this this road's been about. You know, it's just a simple little mountain road, gravel mountain road. It's what I've been on for probably the past 20-30 minutes. Coming up though here shortly to connect with the highway, so obviously I'll have to stop and air up. And there's something else I was going to do while I was there. Oh yeah, I'm going to check the oil while I'm there too. And that's about it, man. This is just cruising along right now. I just got it in second gear just to kind of help keep me from having to ride the brakes so much going downhill. I was in first gear for a little bit, and it just seemed silly to be going that slow. I gotta say though, so far, man, I'm really loving this. Whoa, look at all these trees down though. Look at that, straight up ahead. That's wild right there. Man, I'm glad I wasn't around when that happened. Okay, that's the most interesting thing, honestly, that I've seen in quite a while. I did stop. I stopped and made a sandwich. Let the dog stretch his legs a bit, and definitely aired down the tires on this little stretch here. I'm running about 18 psi right now, and man, is it comfy. Ladies and gentlemen, look what I found. I found me part of Cooper Creek to get into. Oh man. Even my buddy's coming with me. So I'm gonna find me a place to dunk myself. I brought a change of clothes, change of shorts anyway, that I got over by where I walked in here. And I'm rinsing off. And this water is nice and cool. This water is nice and cool. And it's a perfect little deep spot right here to get out and get into and basically take a hobo bath. And that's what I'm about to do. And y'all can watch me. Okay, I'm gonna dunk in. I'm gonna do it. Oh my God, it's cold. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I feel better already. Oh my gosh, this feels so good. Come on, Ronan. Come on. Come on. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come and get me. Come on. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna have a wet dog in the car. Oh man, this is what I needed. Hey, don't you jump up on me. That's just what I needed right there. Oh man, that felt good. I feel refreshed. I'm ready to go for another 4 days. I've only been out for 2. Well, 2.5. Let's see, what did I do? I camped last night. I camped the day before that, so that's a day driving, sleep, then another day driving, sleep, and then today. So I've been on the Georgia Traverse for 2 days now. I'll put it that way. This is my second day actually on the Traverse. And this is a godsend right here. I've been wanting to, you know, freshen up a bit. Even contemplated like getting a hotel so I could take a shower. Why? I don't know what I was thinking either. What was I thinking? I don't know. Because I mean, look at this. This is perfect. I might even have to get back in. Oop, I got a big old horsefly flying around me though. I might even have to get back in. That felt really good. I think I am. I think I'm gonna get back in. Here, let me set you down again. I'm going back in. Woo. You know what this reminds me of? Reminds me of spring water. This reminds me of the springs back in Panama City. This is cool mountain water though. Oh my goodness. Oh, this feels great. There's a guy fly fishing down there. I might not want to spend too much time though. I don't want to interrupt his day. All right, I need to get changed. We're gonna get back on the road because I gotta get somewhere. I don't think y'all understand just how good that felt. I'm gonna be honest, I've been wearing the same shorts for 3 days. And I've changed shirts once. Been wearing this shirt since yesterday. And that felt absolutely amazing. Here, let me close the sunroof a bit. There we go. Now I'm not so washed out by the sun coming through the sunroof. Speaking of sunroof though, here's how you wash your clothes, or here's how you dry your clothes when you're on the trail and you're not doing very high speeds, okay? Here's what you do. First thing, you gotta be able to see. You put them on the sunroof, Those are my shorts right there. And the reason why I put them on the sunroof is so I can keep an eye on them and they don't fly away. But yeah, I'm gonna let the sunlight hopefully dry them out some. Because if I stuff them in my, you know, kind of like my little trasharoo thing on the back tire, they're gonna start smelling in there, and I don't want that.
Ain't that America? Something to see, baby. Ain't that America? Almost free, yeah. Little pink houses where you and me. Where you and me.
I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but those mountains up ahead, that's where I'm gonna be at. That's exactly where I'm going right there. I'm on this 4-lane highway right now, doing about 65, 70 miles an hour, trucking my way on up there. All right, we are pretty much back on the trail. This is cool. Yeah, we are definitely back on the trail. And we're back into the kind of canopy type little gravel roads. I don't see any reason yet to air down. It's a pretty smooth little road actually. I'm definitely not too far out though right now because I still have full bars on the cell phone pretty much and LTE service. So I'm not too remote yet. But we're coming into it. And I gotta tell you, when I get off on little roads like this, my peace of mind and even my anxiety really settles down, and I just kind of relax a little more. Mostly because, you know, this isn't a Ferrari. I've said that a couple times. Oh, little creek. This isn't a Ferrari. It's an H3, and it's also loaded down with gear. You know, so when I get on faster moving paved roads, you know, there's obviously people that live around here and they know these roads really well, so they're ready to get going. And some of these, you know, these are steep mountain roads with a lot of twists and turns, and you know, I gotta take it easy. I gotta take it easy. I'm on 35-inch tires and I'm heavy. And I'll be honest with you, the inline 5-cylinder that's in the base models, it is kind of a dog on the highway. I mean, but at the same time, I am not upset about that, because when I get off onto, you know, little roads like this, it is more than enough to keep this thing going up and down and around and through, you know, especially. So I get a little nervous on some of those roads when I get, you know, somebody behind me that just wants to ride my bumper. And, you know, I'm trying to watch the GPS, and some of the turns that I have to take come up really quickly. So there's just an amount of anxiety on those highways. But yeah, back in here, I can just kind of tool around, and it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. Oh wow, this is a steep downgrade here. But yeah, we're back on the trail now. We are back on the Georgia Traverse proper. Oh, and there's a semi coming. Holy cow. Okay. Okay, looks like he's pulling in there. Oh, that's a tow truck. Hey buddy, you're not coming to get me. All right. So we're back on the trail. I'll check back in here in a little bit if something interesting pops up. So I just got word from a local that was coming down this trail that I'm on right now, that a couple miles up, there's a tree that's kind of, well, it's dead and it fell. It's not on the trail per se, it's hanging over the trail, and I'm probably too tall to go underneath it. So I'm gonna head on up. He said the Daily Gap is up here, and he said it's pretty cool and I should have it all to myself. So I guess I'll go up here and check out Daily Gap, and then I guess I'm gonna be turning around and going back down this mountain and catching back up with a different route. So that's unfortunate. A good thing to have sometimes would be, honestly, a chainsaw. Sometimes these things happen, and if you have a chainsaw with you, which I do not, you can, one, you can clear the trail for everyone else, and two, you can also get yourself through. So we're gonna go up here to Daily Gap and see what this is all about. And we might even go up to where the tree is, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about a low-hanging dead tree, hanging over the trail. So I think I've come to that tree that this guy was talking about, and I think I might be able to get through. I'm going to take some measurements of the height of my rig, and, ooh, man, the bugs are horrible right here, and see if I can kind of hug some of this. But let me get over here on this side of it. So here's the tree here, and you can see my vehicle there, but you can see some tracks right through here that are real close to that bush line. And I really do, I think if I hug this side over here, I think I can make it through. But so I'm gonna creep on up and take some measurements. Luckily, I think I do have my measuring tape in my tool bag. And we're just going to find out, because if I can get through here, man, wouldn't that be awesome? So, give me just a bit here to figure this out, and I'll let you know if we make it through or not. Okay. And that, ladies and gents, is how you do it. We made it through. I really didn't want to have to turn around. We're gonna keep going. We're through that one. Hope there's no more like it though. All right, let's get back in and go. All right, guys, we made it under that log, or that tree actually. But that wasn't the really scary part. I came out, I went, and in the back I got my machete out to trim hopefully some of all those like crazy vine bushes that were off on the driver's side. And I'm hacking away at these things, and Ronan came close to me, and I felt an impact. Right? Hold on, I gotta stop for a minute. I felt an impact, and I thought I hit my dog with the machete. He's okay, I didn't hit him. But Jesus Christ, man, I swear to God, I thought that my dog was gonna bleed out right here on this trail. I thought I hit him. I thought I hit him with the blade. I don't think I hit him with the blade. I think I hit him with, kind of the handle where my hand was. I mean, I checked him over from stem to stern. Oh my God. He's okay. He's okay. Whew. That was the scary part. My machete is sharp. But I think I got him. I think and it wasn't even really hard. It was, I was on my way stopping. All right, I'm good. I'm good. We got under the log. The dog still has everything he should. I think I scared him too when I got scared and started checking him over. All right, time to keep moving. All right, apparently I was wrong. That was not the tree. The tree is right up ahead of me right now, and it is a big old tree. So let me flip this thing around, y'all can see this thing. There's no way I'm getting underneath that. I thought I had it, y'all. I thought that was the big tree, but here it is right here. I mean, I'll pull up a little closer to it. I gotta figure out how to turn around. There's no way. There's no way I'm getting underneath that. I mean, that's barely 5 feet. I don't know how that guy in that truck, I don't think he got underneath it. There's no way that truck went underneath this thing. So that's it for this part. I gotta turn around and go back. Disappointing. Very disappointing. All right, let me get this thing turned around. Now tell me this is not a beautiful view. I wish I could zoom in. This camera doesn't zoom in. I'm hoping it's picking it up. And it is a long way down. A long way down. Every now and then you come across a little area like this where the trees along the road clear out and you can catch a glimpse of things like this. This makes it all worth it. I've always loved mountains. And it's just mountains as far as the eye can see here. Sometimes you just gotta stop and smell the roses, you know? Been concentrating so much on following these roads and not running off the side and tumbling down a hill. It's good to see this. Golly, just miles and miles and miles and miles I can see out there. Gets a little hazy after about probably 2 or 3 miles out, but probably more than 2 or 3. I don't know. I just want to share that with y'all. Let's keep going. All right, ladies and gents, we're pretty much done with the Georgia Traverse for the most part. There is a little bit more of it. I'm still on it actually right now, but I'm on a highway. I'm headed towards a little town called Villa Now. Never been there before, I don't know anything about it, but that's where the map's taking me. From there, we're gonna make a detour off of the Traverse. And sorry, I just got done eating some chips. We're gonna take a detour off of the Georgia Traverse, and we're gonna head to a town called Sublinga, or Sublinga. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Is anybody from that town watching this video right now? I apologize if I totally screwed up the name of your town. But we're gonna head there and probably fuel up, and from there we're gonna have to find our way to what's going to be the last place I'll sleep for this trip. Not ever, but the last place I'll sleep for this trip. That's the plan anyway, to not have to camp overnight one more time after tonight. But so any of you that have stuck through this video, till now, hang tight, because I got something really interesting coming up. And I think y'all are probably going to want to know about this. And it's going to be, there we go. It's going to be interesting. I'll just put it that way. And I'm not giving it away yet at all. Not even close. But we're heading into Sablinga now. I believe we're on the highway that's going to take me there. Actually, no. I got to get into Villa now first. Then I got to get some gas. I'm going to take a look at Gaia again. Make sure that I'm on the right track. Then we're going to head to Sablinga. And from there, it's all off-the-cuff adventure. Don't know how to get there exactly. Gonna have to really pay attention to my GPS, find my way there, and then figure out how to actually get to it, to get to where I'm gonna camp tonight. This ought to be a fun one. Stay with me. I'm gonna sign off for now because I'm just on a highway and it's really boring, so there's really nothing to show you. Stick with me though. Here we go. Okay, so we're pretty much here. I drove back as far as I could, and believe me, it wasn't easy getting back where I was. To be completely honest, I probably shouldn't have drove so far back. I had to winch over a log, which I'm gonna have to do that again, so I'll film that on the way out. And oh, I just had a tick on my neck. Anyway, now I got ticks on me. Where I'm at right now is I'm walking up to a place called Corpsewood Manor, and it's where I'm gonna say 4 brutal murders took place. 2 people and 2 dogs. And the story behind it is these 2 gentlemen from up north decided to pack it all in and go live in the, in the wilderness. And so they did, and they bought some property, which most likely is the property that I'm on right now. And hold on, I gotta switch hands. This camera's heavier than my DJI. Okay. Anyway, they bought some property in North Georgia, right here where I'm at. And they started building a home. And they built it by hand. Built the whole thing out of brick. So it was a big brick home. And they lived here for, I think, a number of years. And rumored that they are, or that they were, into, Satanism. Okay, the occult and everything. Which, from all accounts that I've gathered, is, well, pretty much the fact of the matter. The one guy was very much into that kind of stuff. They stole. One of them stole from where. Hold on. One of them stole from where he worked. Come here, Ronan. Let me take you off the leash. Let me take my dog off the leash. Okay. One of them stole from their job a whole lot of LSD. So they brought that with them, along with numerous other intoxicants. And they would throw parties out here for people, for their guests and stuff. And they, I'm gonna go ahead and preface this right now. There's going to be some, content here that maybe some might find offensive, or maybe a little too much for them. But these guys were gay, and they were together. Let's get that out of the way right now. Okay? And they built this tiny little like gazebo thing, and they called it the Pink Room, and that's where they would have their parties. Well, there was the Pink Room that was basically full of various sexual items. And then they also had like a chicken coop, and upstairs from the chicken coop, oddly enough, is where they would have their parties. But, so anyhow, during the time that they lived here, there was a young man, local, who befriended one of them. And he would come up and enjoy some of the, drugs and alcohol and things like that. And he wound up having some sexual encounters. Maybe the thought of that was something that drove him to this. Maybe he felt so ashamed and maybe was angry, I don't know. But what he wound up doing was speaking with a friend of his, who was a local guy, and said, hey, these two guys got a whole lot of money. Let's go up there and rob them. So they concocted a plan. They thought these two guys had a whole lot of money because of how, let me make sure I'm going the right way. I don't remember this. Oh, there we go. They thought these guys had a whole lot of money because, they had all these drugs and alcohol and had this really cool house with all this really fancy furniture and stuff in it. So they figured there's got to be money laying around. So they come up one night for one of the parties, and they're in the room with the two guys that built the place, doing their party stuff. One of them said he needed to go get something, which he did. He did need to go get something. He needed to go get a rifle. So he does that. So he goes out to whatever the vehicle was. I don't know if it was a truck or a car or whatever. I'd imagine it was a truck to get up here. Grabs the rifle, comes back into the room, and basically commences a, old-fashioned style holdup. Give me the money kind of stuff. He shoots the one guy in the head, okay, kills him. They had two dogs. They had two, I think they were Great Danes. They were prized possessions of theirs. They shot the two dogs. They tied the other guy up, and I'm just gonna make a long story short. They wound up killing both of them and the two dogs. Obviously, they didn't make off with really much money because, well, there just wasn't a lot of money. They just didn't. It's not like they were hoarding riches or anything. So this here, I believe, is what was called the Pink Room, and you can see somebody wrote on this, Bloody Bones was here. Now, I don't know if that's just some graffiti from somebody, but one of them was killed in that room. I'll just put it that way. A man died in that little building right there. I think this might be, or maybe this over here. Hold on. I'm trying to remember this from what I saw. I don't know if this was the Pink Room. This might have been where the chicken coop is, because there's a roof and there was a structure above it, I think. Oops, spider web. Ronan! But some pretty wild stuff went down here, guys. And I was, morbidly enough, going to camp here tonight. But I'm not sure if that's a good idea, honestly. Not because of any spookiness, not because of any fear of the supernatural. I have to leave my vehicle so far away from me. It was very difficult to get back here. One of the most difficult drives I've ever had, actually. I had to cut down a tree that fell over. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. I don't know if I'm gonna camp here tonight, just because this area is pretty country, and I don't mean pretty as in like, ooh, look at this, it's pretty. I mean it's very country. There's an area down here where there's been a fire. There's a fire pit down there. I just don't know if I want to leave my vehicle that far away for fears of vandalism or theft. You know, breaking in and getting stuff. I just don't think that's safe, which is disappointing because I was really looking forward to camping here. Look, there's another trail that goes off up that way. I'm not sure if I don't think there's any more of the property though. I think this is where the main house was. This place wasn't little, guys. It was a big, you know, it was a big home. 2-story, I think, at least, and several bedrooms, you know, furnished opulently. But this is all that's left. This is all that's left, and it's really overgrown now. From the pictures and everything that I saw, it was not this overgrown, which is another, you know, thing that's kind of keeping me from thinking about sleeping here tonight. Is there's really not much level ground anywhere. There's a tree that fell down right on that. This is plan A didn't go as planned. Winching over the tree put me dangerously close to sliding into the ravine. Seriously. So, plan B came into effect. Cut said log with hatchet. Started at one spot and was like, you know what, this is too thick of a spot to cut with a hatchet. Let me cut with the spot that's, you know, smaller and go from there. So I did. I notched it out pretty well. And from there I was like, you know what, I can do a double wind pull and I can probably snap this branch now, or this tree. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what I did. I hacked away at this thing for a good 20-30 minutes maybe to get it down to there, because this is an oak, obviously. Of course I had to hatchet an oak. And then I hooked the winch cable up there, which was attached to the log, which was over here, attached to the other section of the log, which is now right there. Winch pulling this way, attached to the tree strap, which was going this way. So I had a V going, and it drugged the log enough to where it snapped it off of that. Then once it is free from that, it spun it around and pulled it out of its roots right there and moved it completely off the trail. You guys have no idea how thankful I am right now. I almost went in. Here, let's take a look at how close my rear tire is to going over the edge of this thing. As soon as I went to go start winching over this log, my rear wheels started spinning, which allowed a fulcrum action, and I basically wound up with my tire right there. See right there? And then the long fall down. Now, I can pull straight ahead and just drive out of this, which is exactly what I'm about to do. I'm about to drive up out of this. And then I got to turn around and get up over the bigger log that's over there, but I've done that one already. All right. I'm really thirsty, and I'm a little bit shaken, but not stirred. The reason why I still have the winch hooked up is in case I do start spinning off of there, I still am going to have the winch to hold me up. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm not messing around. Okay, well, I hope y'all enjoyed the little bit there about Corpsewood Manor. You saw what it took me to get in. On the way out, you saw what I had to do to get in. And man, I'm actually I'm not upset that I'm not gonna sleep there tonight. I think there's a reason. I think there's a reason why I had such a hard time getting in and out. So, but we went there, and y'all probably learned a little bit about it, and that's what matters. And I got to see it. On a bit of a side note, I think I left my hatchet stuck in the tree that I was hacking on back there. And you know what? It can stay there. I'll consider that a gift. Sacrifice, if you will. I really think I did. I really think I left my hatchet stuck in the tree. Because after I got done pulling, after I got done hacking that thing apart, I just kind of whacked it into the tree, went about my winching to pull the tree out of the way. And I think I was just so excited that, it worked and I was able to get through. I don't think I remembered the hatchet to pull it out of the tree. Holy buckets of rain, Batman. I'm doing not even 10 miles an hour down this road right now. I'm on a paved road. I'm not even doing 10 miles an hour because I can barely see 20 feet ahead of me because of this rain. Oh, Jesus Christ, turn off your bright lights. Sorry, another car coming the other way on this 2-lane road had the bright lights on the whole time and I was blind. I couldn't see anything. No, I haven't made it to a campsite yet. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if I'm going to. But hold on, let me just turn off the light and put this thing out front for you guys. See if you can even see anything. This is what I'm driving through, and it's windy too. There's a place coming up ahead on the left if I can find it. It's supposed to be a turn into a camp or into a road. Right by me, I can't see a thing. I can't see a thing. It's coming up. It's coming up. I think I see it. Yep. Man, I'll tell you what, the adventure continues. Like, for real, for real. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm driving up some unknown road. I don't even know if this road's going to be hard to drive. It seems a little bumpy. I'm going to give it a shot because there is a campsite up here. Wish me luck, man. Wish me luck, everybody. At least the wind has died down. That's a good thing. Holy shit, there's branches down here. I don't know if I want to be able to be caught up back in here, man. It was really windy. But the wind seems to not be an issue right now. It's just a deluge. Y'all, the lightning is something fierce right now. The only good thing about this lightning is that when it does flash, I can see the road really good. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little concerned about lightning striking a tree on this trail and it falling over onto me. But anyway, I got up this road to where it forked off and took the fork that's supposed to go to the campsite. And guess what? That road is closed. And this road is turning into a wash. Away, maybe 10 miles away is the Alabama border. And if I look on Gaia, everything I see, I don't see any more WMA. Talladega National Forest isn't too far, but it's probably about an hour drive. I might just be sleeping in the car on the side of a road somewhere. There's nothing around me right now as far as camping. So I've decided to just finish strong. If you see the blue line there, that's the Georgia Traverse, and I'm on it, and it ends right there at the border, and that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna complete the whole traverse right there, and I'll figure out where to sleep after that. The rain's letting up, so that's good. So that's where I am, and that last little red dot is where I'm stopping. The rain finally stopped. Just a couple more turns. I'm about to enter Alabama. And I will have completed the entire Georgia Traverse. This camera to focus. Here we go. Here we go. Almost there. Look at this, look at this. I think this might be the state line coming up on this sign. Let's see what the sign says. It says entering Cherokee County. We have just crossed the border. We are now in Alabama. We have completed the entire Georgia Traverse. I told y'all I was going to be eating steak. It's midnight. I'm in Talladega National Forest at a campground. We just got some camp set up, me and Ronan. I've got this steak in the pan going. It's too wet to cook it over a fire, so we're having to do it here in this pan. But I told y'all we were going to have steak tonight. We barely made it. It's actually tomorrow. It's Saturday already, but that's alright. We're having steak. So, good night. Talk to y'all in the morning. Georgia Traverse from South Carolina to the border of Alabama. We've had excitement. We've had boredom. We've had peril. This has been an epic adventure. I really appreciate everybody that stuck around to watch this video. That ends it for this video though. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Keep in touch. If you saw anything on this video that you had any questions about, please go ahead, leave a comment. Ask me a question. I'd be more than happy to answer it. If you saw something on this video that you thought maybe I should do differently, by all means, go ahead and comment, and I'd be more than happy to hear back from it and give you a reply to that. I'm pretty quick on the replies. I get notifications whenever anybody comments on my videos, and I'm usually pretty quick. So, you know, I don't mind chatting with you if you got any questions or comments. So, this is Everyman Adventures signing off once again. Thanks for sticking around. Like and subscribe. I'm telling you, like and subscribe, or I will find you and tell you again to like and subscribe. All right, adios everybody.